Hey everybody, Old Guy Gamer here playing American Truck Sim. I just picked up a trailer. We're still at the dock. Let me go get some sleep and we'll let it get to the daylight and then we'll start talking about what we're going to do today. Oh, finally, it's daytime. I'm gonna let this scroll run for a little bit, see how much money I made while I was sleeping overnight. I changed the route a little bit to go out of my way so that I could do all highway driving down to New Mexico or wherever it is I'm heading. Because it had me going like surface streets and state routes through the mountains. I'm like, oh, I'd rather drive through California on a highway than through the mountains of Idaho. So it'll take me a couple hours longer, but it'll be an easier drive. So let's watch that scroll and see how much money we make. LW. I remember hiring him. He seems like such a new guy. He just made me 18,000 bucks. I'll take that. You may be wondering why I'm driving the Freightliner today. 31,000 from Veronica. That's awesome. I wanted to do a special video for Veterans Day. It's the first week in November. I've had this idea in mind for quite some time, so I hopped on the computer today, started playing, and realized that the paint job I wanted to do for Veterans Day wasn't available in the Peterbilt that I was driving, so I had to jump in the Freightliner to give it the paint job that I wanted to honor veterans here on the first week of November for Veterans Day. And I just had to jump in the Freightliner to do it. And of course, I was going to pull into the way station and drive real slow and show you the paint job, but of course, the one time I actually want to stop at a way station, it tells me I don't have to. Anyways, got the digital camo truck. I customized it a little bit. The top color, the top half, is a lot of green in the background. It was a lot of black in the background. I lightened it up a little bit to go green. Thought it was more fitting for the camo to have a green background than black. So I thought I'd just show off a new paint job for Veterans Day 2022. And of course I'm hauling the Halloween pumpkin trailer because that's the highest dollar per mile jobs that I can find right now. That event is actually going for another week and a half, I think it is. And I promised in my last video I would show you what the prizes were for completing those events successfully. So if you look up on the dash, I did 13 jobs for Halloween, delivering candy to all the good little girls and boys. And if you deliver 13 times, you get the little pumpkin dangly to hang from the top of the windshield, and you get the little swinging bat on a stump. I don't know, it's not really a bobble, but it's a swinging bat stump for your dashboard. So those are the two little prizes that you get for doing the Halloween spooktacular event, All World of Trucks. I did actually do one more thing. I got my little stuffed billy goat over there in the passenger seat. I went on World of Trucks and realized I hadn't claimed my earlier event prizes for doing Drive Montana, so I got that knocked out. Grabbed those, put those in my inventory. That little stuffed billy goat was a prize for doing the Drive Montana event. And I got a custom paint job, which I don't know if I'll show it off too much, but I also got a paint job with a bear on it that I could use in the future, but I don't know if you'll ever see it. We'll see. I think I'm going to set the cruise control. I chose to do the digital camo paint job for this trip because I got a couple veterans in my family. My dad served in the Army. There we go. My dad served in the Army. My father-in-law served in the Air Force. I think it was the Air National Guard. My brother served in the Navy. I got a cousin that served in the Army. I served in the Army. I guess I should mention that. But I want to send a heartfelt thank you to all the service members out there serving our country and protecting us daily. Everybody in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, Reserves, everybody. Thank you so much for everything you do. Putting yourselves out there on the front lines to protect our way of life at home and around the world. Don't want our veterans to feel unloved on Veterans Day coming up on November 11th. I wonder how many miles this thing has. I wonder if I can tell. Well, there they are, way below the speed. 30,000 miles on this truck. Almost 31,000. 30,963. I didn't realize this truck had that many miles on it. I'm going to have to do a lot of jobs in that Peterbilt. I'm going to see if I can get it up to 100,000 and then I'll see how high I can get it. I guess this truck is probably my highest mileage truck right now in my personal garage. Throw that engine brake on and go see how much candy we're hauling today. And this will give us a chance to hop out and really see this thing. Probably don't need the turn signal on anymore. I'm going to slow down quite a lot so I can go slow. Alright, not that slow. Isn't that a cool looking truck? I mean, I only paid $25,000 for this paint job. Probably only going to use it for one trip. Got to get my money's worth, right? It's rather peculiar that they have an Army paint job. I mean, that's the Army star up there on the black shield on the top. They don't have a Navy paint job. Actually, maybe they do. Maybe it's different trucks have different paint jobs. I might remember seeing an Air Force one. Give you a real close look at that truck paint job. And you can see where I turned that background blue on the roof cap. It was more black all the way even on the top of the hood. I think turning it that green color actually makes it look a lot nicer. Put a little camel paint job on there. It matches well with my American flag hanging in the sleeper there. Alright, there's my tribute to veterans. Let's hit the road and go make some money. My brother is actually a veteran truck driver. He's the one that was in the Navy. I don't know exactly how many years. I think he did more than 10. I'll have to ask him one of these days how many years he did in the Navy. And then went on to be a truck driver. So, that's pretty cool. I actually spent a little bit of time this morning looking for a skin to put on a truck. My brother, since he's a veteran and a truck driver, he does a lot of championing of the cause for this favorite charity, which is the Wreaths Across America. It's a charity that buys Christmas wreaths and puts them on the grave markers of veterans all over the country. They don't do all graves. They increase their number every year, and my brother's involved in that charity. He gets to deliver some of the wreaths to their sites. And I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, there was a cemetery down by my parents' house in central Missouri where one of the cemeteries got added to the list of recipients for the Wreaths Across America charity. So they went there and put the wreaths on the veterans' grave markers, and my brother got to be involved with that with my parents. And pretty cool how that charity has affected our family's lives, because my brother's so involved with it, and now my parents are involved with it. So I thought I'd find a try and find a skin to put on this truck. I thought it'd be cool to have a camouflage truck with a Wreaths Across America trailer. Just couldn't find one that would work. There was a couple of trailer skins that I could have used, but I couldn't figure out. Maybe they weren't updated enough, because when I installed the mod and tried to use it, it was just not doing anything to the trailer when I bought it, so wasn't fully functional. So didn't waste my money buying a trailer because I couldn't get the Wreaths Across America skin to work. But maybe next year. If you've been following my channel lately, you'll notice that I had a video posted that had nothing to do with video games. I think I titled it something about the Wonder Lake tree couch. I had a little bit of a run-in with local celebrity because I threw away a couch. It went into the garbage truck, and then my couch ended up hanging in a tree because it got snatched out of the garbage truck as the truck drove under the tree. So the local sheriff's department got a call about a couch hanging in a tree. They had to go in there and block the road, and they posted an advisory. We were expecting some heavy winds that day, so the sheriff's department shared the photo of the couch in the tree and said, "Heavy winds expected, tie down your valuables." Now, of course, the couch didn't get blown into a tree, but it made a nice visual for the weather service warning, so that was kind of cool. I went on, the sheriff's department was the first one to share it on Facebook, but that particular posting got shared over 3,000 times. The last time I looked, it was probably more by now. That was like a week ago. Thousands of comments amongst all the different shares and all the coverage that it got. My couch hanging from a tree. So I knew I would have pretty good footage of it from my security camera at the front of my house, so I did a video that I posted on this channel just a few days ago, explaining what happened with the garbage truck and the couch and how it got stuck in a tree and all that. One of my fans picked up on it and sent a link to my video to a local radio DJ, and they contacted me and asked me for a radio interview, so I didn't have to go anywhere. I just called in and did a little over-the-phone radio interview with this local radio guy, talking about how my couch ended up in the tree. We talked about the video that I made, and he was like asking me if it went viral, and I'm like, no, it's not really my most popular video. It's just I happened to post it on my channel just because it was an outlet. So it was kind of fun. I got to be on the radio and tell my Facebook friends that it was my couch, and a lot of people that I'm close with don't know that I'm doing the old guy gamer thing. Like my family does, obviously, my wife and kids, but like I don't know if I ever told my parents. I might have told one or two nephews. I don't even know if my brothers and sister knew. But I kind of used the couch in a tree thing in the video to announce to them that I do have a YouTube channel where I play video games and blah blah blah. I got my 15 minutes of fame all wrapped up in about 4.5 minutes on the radio today. And I was listening to the guy. It was a radio station that I don't normally listen to, so I turned his radio station on so I could listen and see what kind of feel I could get for the DJ and the station itself, because it's not one I normally listen to. And so I spent all morning listening to the radio and not playing any games. So I was really looking forward to getting that interview over with so I could actually sit down and play a video game, because I'd played all day. And that's why you're seeing this video, because I finally got that interview done and could get this long job done. I was up to over $900,000 in the bank on my account here in the game. And I didn't get to play it on my last week's days off because I was so busy with doing other things. Well, mostly just assembling that big sectional that we bought and getting rid of the old couch and doing stuff around the house. I want to say I went both of my days off last week without playing the game until probably the last couple hours of the night before I went to bed to go back to work. It was more working than playing on my days off last week. So this week I was really hoping to get some gaming in, but I had to put it off until I got that radio interview done. So I don't know if you'll ever hear the radio interview. I don't know if I have to get like permission to share it or something like that. I don't know. I'll probably email them and find out if that's even allowed. I mean, I know my channel is small enough I could probably get away with just posting it and saying who cares, but I kind of want to do it the right way. I did record the whole interview so I can use it if I need to. If they say I can't, I'll just edit it so it's not the actual radio show, and I'll just use my own voice and I'll say what the question was. I'll figure something out. You know, I did have a writing prompt picked out for this video. I was going to talk about some stuff, and I realized just now that I'm probably not going to do it for this video. I'll save it for the next one. But what am I going to talk about in the meantime? It is a Veterans Day video. I could just talk about the people I knew in the military when I was in. I'm actually really proud of a couple of guys I served with. Some for professional reasons, some for personal reasons. When I got married, I didn't have family stand up as groomsmen in my wedding. I just had guys from the Army stand up for me. 3 guys traveled halfway across the country from Maryland to Illinois so I could get married. And they came along with just to be in my wedding. I thought that was pretty awesome of those guys to... I mean, I don't remember if it was expensive or not, but the fact that they were willing to do that for me was awesome. So Kerwin, Richard, and Jason, thank you so much for being in my wedding. You guys are awesome. They are still Facebook friends with me. I don't get to see them do too much on Facebook, but it's nice to stay connected. I see them post every once in a while. Richard probably posts the most of those 3 on Facebook. He lives out in Montana, and it's kind of fun keeping up with him because I connect this game to him the most because I've actually driven through Montana now, his home state. Get to see what it looks like in a video game, even though I've never actually been there in person. So that's kind of fun. Jason lives in Pennsylvania. He's from York, Pennsylvania, and Kerwin's from West Virginia, but I think he still lives in Maryland. So don't have a connection to those 2 in this game because we haven't reached those states yet, but maybe someday. It was funny, Richard posted on Facebook about some town. I forget exactly what the post was, but he mentioned, was it Sulphur Springs, Montana? Some town. And I remembered that it was in this game, the town that he mentioned. So I was like, oh, cool. Oh, the professional reasons I'm really proud of some guys too, or there are some guys that, like, I just did a few years. I did 5 years and got out, like a bunch of guys that I know did. But a couple of guys stayed in, made careers out of serving in the Army. Lee Edwards, he's one of them. Facebook friends with him. He did 20 years, and I want to say he did his full-time serving with the MP Corps, so that was kind of cool. Matt Jackson, he's another one. He did a full career in the Army. I want to say Matt made Sergeant Major, and Lee made First Sergeant, I think, before he retired. So really proud of those guys for sticking with the Army and serving their whole careers. And Lee moved on, he retired, and I keep up with him pretty frequently. Matt, I don't talk to so much, but it still doesn't change the amount of pride I have that I could say I know him and watched him serve well for his whole career. $129 from Milton. What a stash of cash that is, huh? All right, 14.5 grand from Greta. I'll take that. Slightly better than the $139. I drove right through that town and didn't even look to see what it was. Sacramento, that's what it was. I was just watching the lines on the road and wasn't even paying attention. Boy, I got a good run off of that hill. My goodness, I really picked up some speed on that one. It's not even dark out. It's not even 8 o'clock. Give me a headlight usage offense. The state of California is just ridiculous. They're fines. I can't even put the trailer axles where I want them because of the state of California charging me $2,000 the last time I went through a weigh station with the axles set up wrong. Now you're going to hit me with a headlight offense when it's still daylight before 8 o'clock p.m.? My goodness. How broke are you as a state? I will give props to the developers of the game, though, because they put a fine in there for the wrong trailer axle configuration. That's actually pretty clever. Way to go, game devs. You can start to see that pumpkin and that tree on the dashboard are starting to glow orange, the lights. That's pretty cool. I will be going back to my hula skirt girl after this video, though. As much as the swinging bat is cool, I kind of like the hula girl up there better. I'm gonna pause for just 1 second. I want to look at
Tom Evans.
Whoa.
It says on my screen, comma, couch guy.
That's loud.
Hi, Tom. How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Where do you live?
I'm a resident of Wonder Lake, up in the northern suburbs.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Scared the crap out of me. Shooting star. I saw it. Right past the A-pillar on the left side there just a minute ago. Gonna have to put an edit together of that. Watch the shooting star. Come on, man. Is there any rest stops in this state? It's after 9 o'clock already. Literally been looking for 3 hours. There's another fallen star. Really? I gotta wait for gas now? course, I grabbed the wrong one. We'll read the scroll as we drive. Let's get out of here. I still have drivers who can't find a job. Come on, man. You want to stay employed, you got to make me money. I gave you a truck. I pay for your gas. Come on, man. Angelo couldn't find a job. He's one of my most senior drivers. Got the most skills. $800. There we go, Ruth. Start this morning off with a way station appointment and a $26,000 job from Max. Yowza. I'll take it. 27 from Zanetta. Actually, I'm assuming this is still the scroll from me sleeping last night. Yeah. At the rate my company is growing, I would say I'm safely exceeding expectations, because you have to start off so slow in this game with making money and hiring a driver and waiting for him to level up a little bit to make more money. It's brutal. But now it's like you just waste a couple of sleeps at a truck stop and you've got $250,000 in your bank account. I would say life is going to be pretty easy for the owner of this ICAY Freight Trucking Company for quite a while. What's up there, Billy? How many fingers am I holding up, Billy? 15 hours to go before we get to our destination. I might be able to make this all in one sitting. That puts me in at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Just got to get out of California where the speed limit's only 55. Once I get over to Arizona and the speed limit goes up, I'll be able to... Well, I won't even be able to speed by that much. This was an external contract job, so I can only go 65 miles an hour, but at least I can go faster there than I can here. Boy, that van took off like a rocket. Still got my yellow tires and lug nut loosener indicators. This has definitely been an easier drive, but now that we're in the last 4 hours when I would have already been there, kinda wondering if I shouldn't have gone that way. But I think this will be better, because at least going this way, I know I'll get there before the time, the estimated ETA. Where if I had gone through the mountains, I probably would have been late because of all the struggling up the hills. Let's enjoy this last 3 hour and 50-minute ride into Santa Fe. Probably gonna be getting dark soon. Oh, let's hop out and look at this truck again. I do like the look of the Cascadia. That's a cool looking truck. I don't think my lights are on. They were not. In California, I would have gotten a fine a half an hour ago. My bad. I guess now I see why California has that law. Ugh, I hate learning my lesson. Anyways, I'm going to pull in here and drop this load off and make my money. You'll notice I started this trip with $900,000 in the bank. Now I'm over $1.5 million. This trip's going to add another $100,000 to the bank account. So my next video is going to be about me spending money. So come back and check that out. I would imagine we're probably going to be buying some trucks, but I'm running out of space to put them. So I'll probably have to buy a garage or two. Some point in there. It's going to be like I won the lottery with all this money, but come back and check it out, see how we spend the dough. And you know me, I'll be back the next day and the following day and the following day with other games to play. So till then, you guys go watch some more videos and I'll go play some more games. Let's wrap this thing up. Bye. Alright, that's in between the yellow lines. We'll call that a good delivery. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.